Hi, everybody. New year, new gear. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's Eve and I hope it was safe. I'd like to thank everyone who watched this channel in 2017. It was so much fun making all these videos, to learn new things myself, and for you guys to teach me and for me to teach you. And we all sort of continuously improve, continuously make music, continuously put music out in the world. And there's only going to be more, and it's only going to get better in 2018. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And when I made my album, which I released just a couple weeks ago, called Talking Leaf Music by DC Harper, which you can find on Spotify, I'll leave a link in the bio, I said that I would do a video where I told y'all about how I file copyright on all of my music before I unleash it upon the world, before it receives a commercial release, or before I put it into a production music library, or before I use any of it in media composition. And I said I would run through how to do that, and that's what I'm going to do today. So let's jump into the computer and I'll show you that process. Here we go. So in order to file copyright here in the US, and this does not apply, I don't think, to Canada or Mexico or Europe or wherever you may be, this only applies to me because I'm in the US, and this is what I do to cover my ass, to make sure that none of my music ends up in someone else's hands being used for their benefit, to make sure that the work that I've done, the music that I've created, is attached to me personally. I will file copyright on copyright.gov, United States copyright. But before I get into this, I would just like to disclaim any notion that you should listen to what I'm talking about if this copyright filing is mission critical to you. If you want to make sure that all of your T's are crossed and all of your I's are dotted, I would consult an entertainment attorney. And none of this should be construed as actual legal advice. Please keep in mind that I am just a guy in the internet on his basement. Please keep in mind that I'm just a guy on the internet talking from his basement to you, and take what I say with a grain of salt. If you really feel like it's important to get everything done right, you may want to consult a professional, but this is easy enough to do it yourself. You just go to copyright.gov, you click on this thing, register a copyright, and you can print out the forms and mail them, but that's sort of like if someone says, hey, send me a copy of that picture, and you print it out and mail it to them. No, it's way easier to do it electronically. And right here at the top, it says log into the Electronic Copyright Office registration system. You just click that, and you'll be asked to enter a username and password. You create an account. It's like anything else in this world. And you log in. Here on the left-hand side, you want to register a standard application. And this is where it gets a little confusing. So this is what I do. And again, take it with a grain of salt. But we click Start Registration, and there's a bunch of stuff to go through. So you have several types: literary work, work of the visual arts, sound recording, work of the performing arts, motion picture, AV work, and single serial issue. If you're filing your masters, typically you'll want to do sound recording. That'll cover the underlying compositions that you've written and the fixed recording of it itself. If you're submitting demos and you plan to record masters and release those later, you can do a work of the performing arts, and that will cover just the songwriting and composition. And work of the performing arts works for both written compositions and sound recordings that you've made of your compositions. But typically what you'll want to do if you're registering masters that you're going to release onto Spotify, you'll use the sound recording page. You'll go through and you'll just fill out all the forms, but just use your common sense. If you get confused, consult an expert. But these forms, you can fill them out yourself if you know who's written the song, and that's the key. If you've written the song all yourself, fill it out with your name. If you have co-authors, make sure that you all file copyright together so that everyone can get the appropriate amount of credit for the song. For instance, in a case where you're working as a band or something. Once you've filled out the forms, you'll be asked to pay, and I'm not going to go through this because the form filling out process is long, and because I don't want to pay for an extra $55 for the registration fee for a sound recording or work with the performance arts. But once you go through, you will be asked to submit your work. And I always submit my work in MP3, which is a format that they accept, a format that is relatively compressed so you can get a lot of data on, and then I will submit all of my songs. It allows you to submit as many songs as you can think of in a collection. So you don't have to spend $55 for each song. You can spend $55 for your entire album or entire collection of songs that you want to register copyright for, and that's a good thing to keep in mind. But once you file the copyright, then you know that you're protected. You can publish the songs on Spotify, on iTunes, anywhere you desire, and you'll have your ass covered, keeping in mind that I am not an attorney. I am just some guy on the internet talking out of his ass from his basement, and you should consult legal counsel if any of this is mission critical. But this has been a quick tutorial on just how to use copyright.gov, how to go to the Electronic Copyright Office, file this stuff just to cover your own ass. And I hope that you found it helpful. I guarantee you that there is some cool stuff coming up related to music business, related to recording, related to using Cubase, my sequencer, and maybe some other sequencers. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Certainly recording software and hardware, and fun times to be had, all for 2018. So if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit that subscribe button, check out the links in the description, and take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a fantastic New Year's, and we'll see you in 2018. Peace!